Chunibios, otherwise known as 8th grade syndrome. This is a character trope that's been most notably used and I suppose popularized in the realm of Japanese comedy stories. And one of the most recognized chunis, which is short for Chunibyo, out there are ones like Megumin from Konosuba, Rika from Chunibyo Demokoi ga Shitai, and Kaido from Psychic, and so on and so forth. And according to TV Tropes, this website, Chinibyo is quote-unquote an often derisive Japanese slang term for the embarrassing behavior of 13 to 14-year-olds. Furthermore, chunis act like overly melodramatic, know-nothing, know-it-alls who think of themselves as more awesome than everyone else because of experiences, abilities, and even special powers that they clearly do not have. So while the imaginations, right, a child with hardcore imaginations and just sharing it to the world, and for the most part, I think that this trope essentially really presents a good position. In a story sense, it presents a good position for that sort of comic relief type of character, something that is similar to the stereotypical hardcore otaku friend or the mega pervert. And all this talk about the Chunibyo character trope makes me want to talk about the one and only Chunibyo of the Rentaro family in the manga series, The 100 Girlfriends Who Really Love You. And this is none other than the wandering bard herself, UTO Nakaji. We first met UTO as a girl who is simply fishing in a puddle and wearing a bard's hat and medieval cloak with a scarf and an ocarina around her neck. And her first words as well, the first bit of dialogue conversation that we get from her, is something that's straight out of a Shakespeare theater, a thespian perhaps, in a way. You know, she introduces herself to Rentaro, to us as the readers, as the wandering bard, traveling the world singing ballads to any who would lend an ear and bust out an enchanting melody from her amazing ocarina skills. Yeah. But she was born to be a wandering bard, you know, for even as a baby, her capability to already sing such a poetic song as a master minstrel is outstanding. The sources from UTO herself. But anyway, right out of the bat, she's already quite the fascinating character that she is, you know. And later on we find out, and I suppose you can already pick up from their interactions from the chapter, that of course UTO is a student who is a Chunibyo. Now at first glance you might ask yourself, right, is UTO really a Chunibyo character, right? Because, you know, you might say to yourself, where is the edginess? Where is the darkness? The dragon sleeping in her right arm and the magic gem implanted in her left eye or something like that, you know? The point I'm trying to get across is that for the most part, a lot of popular Chunibyo characters follow that whole sort of dark evil theme into their personas, into the characters that they portray. But, you know, I guess because it's cooler, I suppose. And in my opinion, while it is indeed true, I guess, even at one point when you were younger, and to this day, if you still think they're cool, there's nothing wrong with that at all. I believe you're free to, you know, to love and be passionate about anything that you want if you just go for it, right? I suppose. But there's that sort of, you know, at the end of the day, really, that sort of Chunibyo character, that avatar that they're portraying can be whatever, right? It can be whatever, and it's not only limited to one theme. I myself have a alter ego avatar, so to speak, that's a Dr. Vampire, and looking at it now, it does kind of fall into the darkness of the night theme. But regardless, as I've said, there's lots of other themes, such as a cyberpunk theme, a steampunk theme, medieval knight theme, and so much more. The list goes on, but as I've said, popular manga, popular animes, popular TV shows in the Japanese medium, it has that dark theme to it, right? But in Uto's case, in this manga, it is the wandering bard character trope, or the wandering bard persona, so to speak, right? Later on in the series, we even get to see that there are also other people who get into this sort of into this embodiment of persona of becoming a wanderer. So this manga takes upon that sort of Chinibyo concept and spins another sort of perspective to it. And that's just another display of how amazing the writing of this manga can be towards not only the story, of course, but towards introducing the characters, or making the characters rather. Because there are characters that follow these stereotypical tropes, and those who do follow the tropes but also have them in sorts of different forms. Now, Uto alone is a fun character, but her interacting with others, especially the members of their entire family, right? It's even more fun. And this is due to her sophistic conversation style, where her rebuttal to every response is something that would probably come from technically the truth subreddit. It's absolutely hilarious, especially when you mix it in with that sort of poetic and medieval Shakespeare-esque wordplay, right? And to give you an example, I just wanted to share this dialogue with you. Just one of the many hilarious sorts of pieces of conversation that I've read in this manga series, and right here it is. Now, I think this is, I guess without context it still kind of makes sense, but the point is, right, Karane asks, "What did I eat this morning?" Right? Simple question, to which Uto replies, "Food." Karane felt like she was being mocked and got pissed off, and Uto replies, "What you ate fell under the category of food, did it not?" To which Karane replies, "Obviously, it was food." To which Uto lands the checkmate, "As you say, it is food," and Karane got even more pissed. Christ almighty, I really do love the characters in this manga series. It's a stroke of genius to make them so lovable, right? But again, one of the points from this chapter, the chapter where Uto is introduced to the Rintaro family, is that Uto isn't just a raging Chunibyo minstrel, wandering bard type of person, right? But she's also one who can be surprisingly clever, technically clever, right? And if the timing is right, I suppose. And throughout her time in this manga series thus far, we continue to really see Uto's interactions with the rest of the family stay really strong, really have connections with each other, getting along well, regardless of her unique conversation skills. In fact, I think that's also one of the other things why her and Ako are put in the same, I guess, volume cover, right? The pairs of the volume cover. For both of them are girlfriends with unique speeches, I suppose, right? For instance, with Ako, you have the whole gal theme using totes modernized or trendy words, slangs, for instance, while Uto follows the more Shakespearean theme using words yawned were from the olden days. In conclusion, a wandering bard in the Rentaro family will allow Rentaro's work or name as the love monster to be spread to further lands and even get more people to know of his deeds. And with that being said, take care, family.